Hello and welcome back to Principles of Accounting 2. I am your host, Dr. B, and in today's video, I'm going to discuss the midterm exam for Principles of Accounting 2. As you have all been working very diligently over the past few weeks throughout the first half of this course, we went through a couple of different chapters. We covered, toward the beginning of the course, we covered chapters 17, 18, 19, 20, and last week we covered chapter 21. So 17, 18, 19, 20, and 21 are the chapters that we covered over the past 6 weeks in this course. Having said that, that would tell you that on the midterm exam, you'll be tested on chapters 17, 18, 19, 20, and 21. A couple of important things to note about the midterm exam. There's only one attempt on this exam. The exam is worth 125 points. This is worth approximately 12.5% of your total grade. So having said that, it's also important to note that this exam is open book, open note. You can start and stop multiple times. It is not timed. It is designed in a way to make it relatively easy to complete. So again, open book, open note. It's not timed. There are 25 questions on this exam. The exam covers chapters 17, 18, 19, 20, and 21. If there's 25 questions and 5 chapters being covered, you would expect there to be 5 questions from each of those chapters. And you would be correct. My recommendation for you to be successful in completing this exam is to have your PowerPoint presentations found in the classroom, have those open from chapters 17, 18, 19, 20, and 21. I would also recommend that in another tab, you have your textbook open. And the reason for these recommendations is so that you'll have the ability to go between the exam and something like the PowerPoint presentation. So for example, here we have the chapter 17 PowerPoint presentation that we covered about 5 weeks ago. So as you'll notice, chapter 17, we talked about things like horizontal analysis, vertical analysis, ratio analysis. And then that discussion, we analyzed the financial statements using those primary methods. So when you're looking at the questions from the exam, I want you to read the question very carefully. For example, the first question, at least in this exam, is that evaluation of company performance can include a comparison and assessment of all of which of the following, all but which of the following. Read the questions very carefully. The way that they're worded can be somewhat tricky. So evaluation of company performance can include comparison and or assessment of all but which of the following: past performance, current financial position, future performance and risk, and external user needs and demands. So again, when I read that question, I can already have an understanding that it's probably from chapter 17 because of the word evaluation, company performance. And when I go to this type of presentation, I'm looking through and I'm thinking to myself, well, here I can see the purpose of financial analysis: past and current performance, current financial position, and future performance and risk. Well, if you read that part correctly, so here's 3, and you came back to that question, so that's ruled out 1, 2, 3, 4. We ruled out 4 potential options. So we can figure out the answer to this question relatively quickly. So again, the way to succeed on the midterm exam is to have your PowerPoint presentations open for chapters 17, 18, 19, 20, and 21. Have the textbook open and carefully read each question and use deductive reasoning to choose the best response. You'll notice that there's 25 questions on the exam, and there's 5 chapters, which means that there are 5 questions per chapter. The way that the exam is structured is that they go in order. So these first 5 questions on this exam, they come from chapter 17. And you'll notice, yeah, there's a couple of math-driven questions in here, which means you need to know the formulas. For example, in question 3, I see current assets and current liabilities. The question is, what is the working capital? Well, you need to know the working capital ratio in order to solve this question. And we learned about the working capital ratio in chapter 17. This next question is, what is the current ratio? We learned about that in chapter 17. Question 5 is, what is the acid test quick ratio? Chapter 17. Okay, so you see the process here. Open up PowerPoint for chapter 17 and textbook for chapter 17 and answer the first 5 questions on the exam. When you need to take a break, just click Save and Close, and then come back to it. And then follow that same process for chapter 18. Questions 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, they come from chapter 18. Okay? PowerPoint open for chapter 18. You answer those 5 questions. Take a short break, save and close, and then do the same thing for chapter 19. Chapter 19, questions 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Chapter 19. They're all related to job order costing. Chapter 20, which is process costing. Chapter 16, questions 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. See, have the PowerPoint presentation open for the respective chapter. Answer those 5 questions. Then save and close, then come back. Do the same thing again. Question 21, 22, 23, 24, and 25 come from chapter 21. Okay. If you use that approach to taking the midterm exam, you'll be very successful. Okay, take your time, read the questions very, very carefully, because some of the wording can be a little tricky. Okay. If you have any questions, you need any assistance from a technical perspective, please reach out to me. Be happy to help you. Thank you so much for your time and attention for this video. And I look forward to your success on this midterm exam. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye-bye.